There's nothing
But
Pookie can't fix.
you're funny. Have you heard?
Oh my god, no way. Welcome back, bitches. We are here and we have a few things to discuss because as you guys know, shit's been crazy lately.
No Diddy.
Like, no Diddy. Sorry, I've been to a few parties, but not no Diddy party, and that shit's crazy. That shit's insane because when I tell you I've been scrolling for like 2, 3 hours a day, like absolutely fucking baffled and bewildered. I'm like,
In
what
awe.
is happening here? What is this? Like, oh my God, there's more information about each of these people. And when I tell you there's people on that list that I did not expect.
Who did you not expect to see on the list?
Okay, Rihanna, I'm sorry. Rihanna, like, I was just a little bit surprised,
I
but
think
like,
of Rihanna as, I don't know. I feel like some people are on the list because they're on the list, and then I feel like other people are on the list because they were
they were
victims
there.
that then turned into
Mm-hmm.
perpetrators. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Rihanna is a victim turned perpetrator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's also everybody that's on the list doesn't mean that they associated in those activities. Like everybody
Yeah.
that went to a Diddy party didn't associate in those activities,
Yeah.
but
And you know,
everybody who went to a Diddy party knew about
oh,
those
for
activities,
sure.
which
Oh,
is
for sure.
almost just
I
as
saw,
bad.
but no, I've been seeing shit about 50 Cent and he is so fucking funny because he's made so many comments and tweets. Like there was a picture of Diddy riding a bike and he commented and he was like, y'all know there ain't no seat on that bike, right?
Those have to be fake.
No. He has openly talked on interviews about how Diddy. He literally called him. What do you call him? A fruit ball or some shit?
A
No,
fruit, yeah, fruit
50's.
pop.
Yes, 50 Cent is so funny. Like he does not like Diddy. And there was other comments. I wish I could find the video. I should have screenshot it. But there was literally like he had Instagram captions with his own pictures. There was one with Drew Barrymore, and he was like, "Here I am with Drew Barrymore being normal," and then he said something about the Diddy parties, like not doing this like Diddy. It was so funny. I'm like, so unnecessary but so real. Like I literally love him for that. And it's
No,
like I
he's
love
funny.
when celebrities like speak up and say stuff about those kind of things because it's like I don't listen to 50 Cent, but I might start following his social media because of that. Like
Mhm.
he's low key funny as fuck. Like I love you
Girl,
for that. I literally do.
he's
I love
always
you for
been
that.
funny. He's always been funny, and he's always been petty as fuck. And like,
Mm-hmm.
honestly, he's my spirit animal because he's
Period.
just so fucking funny.
Yeah, but nah, those Diddy parties was crazy. Like the more that I find out, like I saw something about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil, which actually weren't 1,000 bottles of baby oil. A lot of them were just stuff that he would give people when they would like pass out or they needed like why do you got IV drips so that people need it, stay hydrated? It's to a point where like if you're fucking that much, like you're actually addicted. And the fact that his mother participated in some of these really terrifies me because it's like that has to be the reason he's like that because she did something as a kid to him for her to be participating and for him to be. Diddy diddled
Did
all
you
the diddles.
hear?
How many
Did you
diddles did
hear?
Diddy diddle?
No, did you seriously hear about how many like male toys they found? It was like
It was
750 male toys.
yeah, I thought it was like 270 something. I don't know the exact number,
No,
but
it
more than
was
more than one needs.
750.
That's fucking crazy. More than one needs. One doesn't even need one.
Not
Like,
if you're, I mean, whatever you're into. But I mean,
yeah.
more than five is quite a collection.
I saw something about a victim and like I hate to talk about it because it's like this is really traumatizing for some and like it's really not funny. We're laughing off like the not so harsh part, but like truthfully to every victim, like our heart goes out to you because that shit's sad, that shit's traumatizing. We hope you heal and we hope that him and every other perpetrator gets their karma and gets their time in jail and does not get away from this because this is fucked up.
I mean, everything that I have learned unwillingly, and I didn't need to know some of the information that was put out there. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
never needed to hear the Meek Mill audio. Like, I
Oh
never
no
needed
no
to
no
hear
no
that.
no no. Yeah. What did
And you
I
never
send
needed to
when
hear
I
that.
sent you that? Was that the first time you heard it? Or had you
No,
heard it before?
I heard it
Okay.
months ago when it first came
Oh,
out.
let's not even get into all the people that have probably died by Diddy's hands. And Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah, Beyonce's a weird one because it's like
She's behind the scenes as fuck.
she it's complex though because there's like two different theories. There's a theory that she's a perpetrator, and then there's a theory that she's like Jay-Z's victim and that like he keeps her drugged to keep her
Well, yeah, because she did meet them when she was 15.
yeah. So there's a theory that he drugs her and like keeps her drugged and like under the influence to be cooperative. But I don't know.
I don't know. Everything I've seen of her, she doesn't seem like, you know.
I don't know.
Like you can kind of
Because
tell when someone's
they're very private and like she's very private. There's not really like too much about her that's released to the media. So I mean you don't really know much about them, even their
yeah.
personal life. Like, you don't really know
Yeah.
much. The only one that like I feel the most sympathy for out of all of them, even though I feel like at one point he probably was a perpetrator too, is Justin Bieber. That's the only one that I feel like the most sorry for.
And
It's like
fuck
you
Usher
could
for that.
tell, yeah, because you could like tell that he was really fucked up by it. Because for a long time he was like acting out and being really weird, and you're like, what the fuck is this kid's problem? And people are still going to his concerts. Whatever, doesn't he
I
have like a Vegas
know.
residency or something? And even after
Yes, I
finding all
saw
of this stuff out, people are
I saw
still
an
going.
influencer. It was fucking DDG. And what is he married to Chloe, I think? And they have a baby together, Chloe Bailey.
No idea.
Chloe, yeah, they were at a concert the other day, and I'm like, fuck. Like, is it right to cancel these people? Because you have to know. You have to know that he did that, and you're still going to his concert. Like, I'm sorry, but I would get my fucking refund, sell those tickets, because it's not worth a good time for me. And I honestly wouldn't even have a good time at a Usher concert. Let's be real. That halftime show was ass. His music isn't that great. Like he's got a few good songs, but I couldn't sit there and listen to him for 2 hours. Sorry.
As
And
a millennial, I
hot to
can't
look at.
agree.
He's not that hot to look at either. I mean, he's got some good music, yeah, but I couldn't listen to him for 2 hours.
I could.
Especially after finding out that. Like, what?
These are my confessions. See, like it's these moments where you have to separate the artist from the music because I can't.
Yes and no, though, because you're still
never
giving them
not.
money.
I could never not listen to Confessions again. Or like Burn.
But
I
like,
could
are you gonna
never
go to
not
his
listen to those
concert though?
songs.
Like, you're gonna spend a
No,
couple $100s to go to his concert is crazy.
no.
I could understand listening to a song maybe, but like, yes and
When you
no.
feel it in your body, you found somebody who
We
made
just
you
always
change
find a
your
way to
ways.
sing music from people who are supposed to be canceled.
Literally.
Like, for real.
They just make
Yeah,
such good music. It's just such a curse that such bad people had to make such good music. Because I'm sorry, but I'll never stop listening to Ignition by R. Kelly. I'll never stop. I'll never quit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's so good. And the song that Usher and R. Kelly did together, such a good song. Such a good song. It's so good. And you're never going to get me to stop listening to Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah could play in the club tomorrow. I'm listening to that. Because
I'm like, getting crunk to that.
Literally, it's the club anthem. I can't not do it.
But anyway, did you have anything to rant about before we move on to our Reddit stories?
What's your thing?
Do you have anything to rant about?
You go first.
Because I'm very passionate about this. And it's gonna get loud.
Okay, well, you go
Did
first.
you watch On My Block?
No. Well, like the first season, but like so long ago, I barely remember it.
Okay, so you didn't watch the full story, so you won't even get this. But to all my On My Block bitches, we all know first season was good. First season was great. Second season was okay, and then after they continued, it just slowly started, like not being so great. I will never fucking forgive the On My Block producers for killing my man Spooky. I will never forgive them. He literally got his life together. He got his life together. He stopped with all the gang shit. He got himself jumped out. He literally got a job. He was moving into his house. His girlfriend was pregnant with his child. He was literally moving his last fucking boxes into his moving truck and they fucking killed him. Literally just shot the man. When I tell you I've never experienced heartbreak so much watching a show, reading a book, anything more than them killing Spooky, and I will never fucking forgive them. I will never fucking forgive. Because we still to this day don't even know who killed him.
Caesar's brother, right?
Yes, that was my man. Y'all killed him. I'm so angry. I literally still pisses me off to this day. I haven't watched that show in forever. Like, he literally switched his whole life around.
That's
He
crazy.
changed everything. Had a child on the way, and they just killed him. He was literally moving his last truck to move into his house with his girlfriend.
Damn, that's crazy.
And they shot his ass, killed, dead.
R.I.P.
I just can't get over it. Like, they could have written something. They could have killed Caesar. They truly could have killed Caesar, and I wouldn't have gave a fuck. But Spooky is crazy. Spooky is insane. I'm still mad about it because, like, Spooky deserved better. Regardless of what he did, you know, he was that
Oh
guy.
my God.
He was him. Nah.
Well, why don't we, before we get into the Reddit stories, why don't we just also like talk about our week? Because we haven't really chatted much this week. She's been ignoring me this week, so she hasn't
LOL.
really chatted.
LOL, even though I'm always the first to text. LOL. You're so funny.
She hasn't really talked to me this week. So let me know,
Yeah.
like, what's the haps? What's going on? Anything new? Anything you'd like to chat about that happened to you?
My week has been kind of boring. I haven't really done much. I've been very lazy all week. You know, besides going to work, I'm lazy as shit. Very tired. I don't know why. Tired all the time. Tired all the time. But no, it's just one of those weeks where like nothing's been happening. Depressed as fuck, to be honest. I feel like we're kind of interlinked on that part because I can feel it from you too. But no, it's just not. It's just one of those weeks. Very boring, very demure.
Yeah. I don't really have much to report from the week either. I've been stressed out since Tuesday. I think we were supposed to record Tuesday, and Tuesday was the worst. I like had anxiety the entire day. I did CBD, and even doing that, I couldn't calm myself down. I've been overstimulated so bad, and it doesn't really work out when you have 3 children running around your house. So I've just been like in a perpetual bad mood the entire week. And then we're trying to potty train Evelina this weekend finally, and I didn't have her today. Yesterday, she did great. Every time she peed in the potty, she was fabulous last night. Malik had her today, and we had 3 fails and 2 successes. She peed in the toilet and pooped in the toilet, and then she peed twice outside of the toilet and pooped on a pillow and on the side of the pillow managed to step in it and used her hands to wipe herself. So her hands were covered in shit.
Malik had to clean that up.
Uh-huh.
Was it one of your decorative fall pillows?
No, it was actually one of my like gray pillows that I didn't give a shit about, so I didn't really care. But
Okay.
it's just funny
How
because
did she have the time to do that? So fast.
one is how did she go completely unnoticed?
Literally covered in shit by like 4 people. No one saw this girl. Shitty hands, shitty feet, shitty ass.
So,
No one smelled. First of all, I could get not seeing it, maybe just looking past, but you didn't smell that shit. You're lying.
well,
No, there's no way. Ellen and Zeke saw it and were like, it's not my problem. They walked away for sure.
Well, Malik was, because he gets up early on Saturdays, he gets up at like 4 in the morning, and he was dozing off on the couch when this happened. So then Elle like woke him up and was like, she pooped on the pillow. And like he thought she was joking because she was laughing, and he was like, "You're just joking." And she was like, "No, she really pooped
I was
on
like,
the
this is the
pillow."
funniest shit ever. There was literally over there.
She's like,
She should
no,
have woke him up with the pillow, like,
she,
hey.
like, she really shit on the pillow. And then it was just funny because
So funny.
he's telling me this, and it was after she had already successfully pooped in the toilet. So like she had already had a successful like poop in the toilet, and then the second time she was like, "I'm not doing it in the toilet again."
She's like, actually, that pillow looks kind of nice.
And it was
Pillow looks like a
after,
toilet.
and it was after she had got done getting a bath. So she had already gotten a bath for the day, and she was like, you know what? Not vibing with how clean I am. We need to dirty this up.
She was like, this pillow looks like it'll be very soft on my ass. I think I'm going
Literally.
to use that.
When he was
She said,
telling
what the
me,
fuck am I supposed to wipe with?
oh yeah. When he was telling me, I was like, you're literally joking. She did not take both of her hands and fully just dunk them in her shit. And he's like, no, full palms covered in shit. And I was like,
See, it's moments like those that give me full-on birth control. I'm never having children. That does not sound fun to me. That does not sound entertaining. Like, it's funny after, but it's not funny when you're the one having to clean that shit up. I'm letting you know now,
I've never dealt with that with the other two. The other two, they didn't, because most of the time when you're potty training kids, like they don't usually go number two for like a few days because they're uncomfortable with the toilet itself. So like they don't typically even go number two. And Elle and Zeke didn't. Like it took them maybe 4 days before they finally like actually took a dump in the thing. And she's just like, hey.
She did it on purpose. She definitely did it on purpose. She was like, I'm bored as fuck. Dad's clearly not paying attention. Mom's not here, so I can't get in too much trouble. I'm bored. I want a finger paint.
Honestly, her intrusive thoughts totally went out in that
Took the
moment.
fuck over.
She said,
Truthfully.
what would happen if I shit on this pillow? Let's find out.
She said, poo poo, pillow. Pillow, poo poo. They rhyme.
Literally.
Poo poo, pillow.
Almost died. Oh my god. Took a freaking sip and it fucking shot into my nose.
Oh, you went.
Almost made me choke.
And then I heard a big ass choke or big ass gulp.
Oh my god. Thank you. I just put these on. I was about to say Malik. Zeke always compliments me when I redo my nails. He'll be like, I love your nails, Mom. And then he tells me that these ones give me powers. I'm assuming because they're pointy. So
I love that.
He's like, these are your power nails.
He's like,
yeah.
pussy power. I'm sorry, I had to. That was so funny.
Yeah, so that it happened today, and then yesterday is just my Dr. Pepper situation, which if anyone else can relate to this, let me know. But
no, I understand what you mean, though.
Right?
I get it. There's some meals that I cannot eat without a pop.
I cannot have pizza without Dr. Pepper. I must have a Dr. Pepper. So when I, like, it's the most unserious thing to a normal person. But to me, it is
I just realized me and Mahi
absolutely...
did not eat dinner. Oh, yeah, we did. Just very long ago. I'm gonna eat a second dinner. Sorry.
At midnight when we finish recording this?
Yes. Got a problem? Call me fat, Kim. Do it.
But genuinely, I can't have pizza without pop. I don't know why. Can't explain it. Couldn't tell you. But I cannot do it. And so it is genuinely the most traumatic situation to me. Like, fall on the floor. Like, crash out. If I order
crash
my pop.
Out as fuck.
Literally, crash out if I order a pop and it doesn't show up with my order. It literally sends me through the roof.
It's like bad when you're like, oh fuck, like I thought I had a drink or something at home, like I really wish I had one, but then it's like, I ordered this pizza with a fucking Dr. Pepper, bitch. I need my fucking Dr. Pepper.
My diet Dr. Kelp. Like, I need it.
When you sent me that, I was literally weak as fuck. I'm like, where's my drink? My Diet Dr. Coke? How am I supposed to eat this pizza without my drink?
No, because in that moment, that is exactly how I felt. I have never related more than in that moment. I was literally looking at the receipt and I was like, it says right here, Dr. Pepper. Where's my fucking
And
Dr.
that poor
Pepper?
DoorDash driver was literally like SpongeBob, but you didn't order any.
I know. I know that he thought that I was probably being like argumentative with him, but I wasn't like directing it at
Like, it's
him
not your
because
fault, Puka Poop.
yeah, no. I messaged him and I was like, totally not your fault. Like, not upset with you at all. But the bitch that you dealt with at Pizza Hut is a motherfucking liar because it's on the receipt.
Yeah, it's
Literally on the
clearly right
receipt.
there, motherfucker.
Talking about she checked it twice. Well, clearly the bitch can't read because it was right there. But it's always the pop. It's literally always the pop. They always do it with the pop. They never include the pop in the order, and it pisses me off. Like, it does not take a lot to
I would
just
hate
go into your little fridge, plop out a 2 liter, and put it with the pizza. It really doesn't.
it. Yeah.
But I digress.
So the Reddit stories. So I'll start with the one that started it all. I caught my wet. I need to water it first so that I'm not coughing throughout this
I'm
whole time because it will happen. Okay.
gonna try my hardest not to disassociate.
Oh, I know you struggle with that. You got to get it together, girl. But this one, it gets juicy. So just hear me out.
Yeah.
I caught my wife with another man, and I'm utterly devastated. I am numb and in shock, so please bear with me if I'm not very coherent as I type this. I'm using a throwaway because my wife uses this platform quite often. I'm 37 male, and my wife, 35 female, and I've been married for 8 years, together for 10. We have been through thick and thin. She's my best friend and the love of my life. We don't have any kids. We wanted them, but it isn't in the cards for us. Today, during my lunch break, I decided to explore a new area, to try out a different place. As I strolled along the sidewalk, I saw my wife stepping out of a coffee shop across the street with a man I recognized from her work. They were smiling and chatting, and then the man slipped his arm around her waist, pulling her closer, leaned in and kissed her. And she kissed him back. I froze, unable to process what was unfolding before me. In that moment, everything around me faded into a blur. I stood there, rooted in the spot, a storm of emotions brewing inside me. Confusion was the wave to crash over me, followed by closely by disbelief. This couldn't be happening, not us. I wanted to scream, to run across the street and demand an explanation, but my feet felt heavy, as if the weight of the moment had anchored me into the pavement. As they turned to walk away, still caught up in their own world, I realized they didn't even see me. A jarring mix of hurt and betrayal pierced through the shaft. I can't wrap my mind around what I saw. I love this woman more than life itself. I have given her all of me. I have loved her unconditionally. I'm crushed and gutted. I can't remember how the rest of the day went after that, but it was all a blur. I couldn't face going back home to her, so I told her I needed to stay at a friend's house tonight because he's going through a rough time and could use the support. She bought it, and I'm sleeping in my car. My world is falling apart, and I don't know what to do now. Any advice would be appreciated. Update. Last night was one of the hardest nights of my life. I spent it in the car needing space to process. A hotel wasn't an option for reasons I've explained elsewhere. Knowing my wife's routine, that she leaves work before I do, I return home in the morning and after she had already left to shower and change before going to work. This is kind of just all about him being angry right here. Here's what I'm planning to do next. I've already spoken to a few divorce lawyers. While I live a fault-based location, proving adultery in court can be a long and expensive process. Also, we need to be separated before filing for divorce. 2. Tonight I plan to go home and act like I don't know anything, which can be difficult, so I can gather more information about the extent of her relationship with this guy where I confront her and I'll reveal one thing I found out and see if she will admit the rest. I also want to learn more about the colleague. If he has a partner, she deserves to know as well, blah, 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 blah. 3, I've opened a new bank account and applied for a new credit card, updated HR so that all my money goes to my account. Over my dead body, will I let her spend any more of my money on him if that's what she's been doing? 4, I'm going to use work as an excuse to avoid intimacy with her. Honestly, throwing myself into work and handling these next steps will help keep me from losing my mind. 5, therapy will come later. For now, it's easier to type this than speak it out. Talking it out loud makes it too real, and I'm not ready for that yet. 6, I will reach out to my doctor to request the STI test. Okay, so now we have Update 2. I found out everything, and it's worse than I could have imagined. Last night, I checked her phone while she was in the shower. She had left her phone in the bedroom, and it was not passcode protected. Maybe she thought I wouldn't check. Maybe she got too comfortable lying to my face. Either way, she made a mistake. I went through her phone and found the separate messaging app to communicate with him. And that's where everything unraveled. Their entire relationship was right there. There were thousands of texts and even pictures, some lasting well into the night while I was asleep next to her. It wasn't just a fling. This had been going on for months. They had been meeting up regularly. Coffee shops, hotels, client lunches. She's been calling him pet names. There was talk of missed moments and wishing for more time together. The worst part, she's been telling him things she used to say to me. Word for word. You make me feel alive. The exact phrase she used when we first started dating. That was our thing. And she recycled it for him. I physically felt sick. After years of being together and building a life, that's how she sees it. Like everything we built together meant nothing. I've also found out the work trip she's going on next week was not just business. They've been planning everything. Dinners, hotel rooms, more alone time. She's treating this like some kind of romantic getaway with him while I sit here like a fool. I thought I'd really hit my breaking point. I thought nothing could hurt worse than the betrayal I'd uncovered. But then I found out something that knocked the wind right out of me, like a punch straight to the gut. I booked us a cabin for the weekend 2 months ago. It was an opportunity for us to reconnect, just the two of us. A day before the trip, she said her company needed her to drive to another city for the weekend to meet with clients, that it was urgent and she couldn't get out of it. She was so apologetic, especially because it was 24 hours out and non-refundable. She even promised to make it up to me. I remember telling her it was okay and that I understood, and I even felt bad for her having to miss out on what I thought would be a special time for us. I didn't take the trip that weekend because I didn't want to go without her. And as annoying as it was, I accepted that the reservation had gone to waste. I found out that she had sent the booking confirmation to him, and I nearly lost it. Then I saw the photos, walking by the lake, sitting at the fireplace, wine glasses in hand. The weekend that was supposed to be about us became their little fantasy escape. I can't even describe how that felt. She canceled our trip to take him instead. I realized then the full extent of her betrayal, and I lost it. I almost threw her phone across the room, but I didn't because the evidence was on there. When she finally came out the shower, I couldn't pretend anymore. Anyways, she could tell something was very wrong, so I confronted her. I asked her if there was something she needed to tell me. She said no, but I could see the panic. I pressed her harder. I told her I knew everything. The emails, lunches, hotel stays, her fucking affair. She started crying and apologizing. I asked her why she had done it. She said it was a mistake and that she got caught up in the excitement, that she missed the feeling of something new. I asked if she loved him. She said no, she loved me and wanted to be with me. I asked if she slept with him, and she said yes. I told her how much she had destroyed me and how she shattered everything we built. I asked her if she ever thought about what this would do to me and to us. She sat there crying and apologizing over and over, blah, blah, blah. By then it was almost midnight, so I told her to sleep in the bedroom. She asked for her phone back, but I refused, saying I was holding on to it for now. When she tried to argue, I warned her if she took the phone from me, I'd leave, and she didn't want that. He switched from Reddit marriage to Reddit cheating stories. I was sharing on Reddit marriage, but moved over here because clearly my marriage is a sham. And at this point, it makes more sense to share here now. First thing this morning, I went over to his house. Oh, basically backstory, I skipped over that in the last part. He found out that she had a wife. Or the guy had a wife. So he's going to their house to tell the wife because she deserves to know. Period. First thing in the morning, I went over to his house. She was there, but he wasn't. It worked out better this way because it gave me the chance to talk to her without him being there to deny it. When I got there, he wasn't home, but she was. When I told her at first, she didn't believe me. She kept saying I had the wrong guy, but then I showed her the text, the photos, everything. You could see the devastation hit her like a ton of bricks. She was completely blindsided. I apologized, told her I wish I didn't have to be the one to tell her, but I thought she had a right to know. She thanked me and I gave her my number in case. When I got home, my wife was furious with me. Apparently, the wife called her husband and he got mine to tell her what I'd done. My wife was angry, not about the mess that she caused but because I outed her affair. I couldn't believe it. She was more worried about her affair partner's reaction than what she had done to me. And then it got worse. This man who destroyed both of our marriages had the nerve to come to my house, banging on my door like a lunatic. I opened it trying to stay calm, but I was fuming. He started yelling, accusing me of ruining his marriage. The sheer audacity. I told him to get off my property, And that if he wanted to blame someone, he could look at himself and my wife, not me. He was yelling obscenities at me, and I didn't want to get physical to him. I turned to my wife and said, "You brought this trash into our lives. Get him off my front porch." And then it got worse. He grabbed her arm, shoved her, and she fell. At that moment, something snapped inside me. I'm not a violent man, but seeing him put his hands on her in spite of everything sent me over the edge. I restrained him and warned him that if he ever set foot near my house again or touched my wife again, I'd call the police. He panicked and left. Therefore, I went back inside and turned to my wife, and I said, "This is the man you chose over me? I will never forgive you for the position you put me in." She stood there staring at me in shock. For the first time since this nightmare started, I saw it on her face, like it had finally hit her, the damage, the betrayal, and the mess that she made. She collapsed on the ground, sobbing. I still can't wrap my head around how she destroyed our lives for that guy. I've asked her to leave, but she refuses. I can't stand being in her presence, so I'm considering staying at my friend's house. I'm meeting him tonight for a drink, for everything. And then, like, the comments are like, "Don't leave, because that's your fucking house." And then, like, lawyers need. No, that would piss me clean off. That was kind of crazy, because, like, all expensive paid trip that we were supposed to go on, and you took this man. Are you serious?
I could not. I mean, to me, like, if you're doing all that, you've already checked out of the relationship. So the fact that she was like throwing herself on the floor crying and like, "I love you, not him." I would think one, having your phone doesn't even have a password, that would be like you want to be found out. You know
Literally.
what I mean? Because like, why would you not have a
But
password?
also, maybe it's like a deter, like, "Oh, I don't have a password." But she also had it on a separate app, but he was smarter than that because he knew.
I don't know. It's just that whole thing is
Yeah.
crazy.
A lot of that can be cut out because a lot of it, like, I skipped past a lot. It was very long. It was like 4 posts that I tried to condense. It was very, very long. The rest of mine are very short, though, so. But that was insane.
Right.
I was like, not the trip. At first, I was like, okay, it's just a regular
No,
cheating.
the trip took it over the edge.
I was like, and then for him to put his hands on her, I was like, she literally ruined her life. She ruined her life.
But for him to come to the guy's house and be like, "You ruined my marriage," bro.
You ruined your
What?
marriage by being a cheating, lying fucking pig.
What are you talking about?
You ruined it, babe.
I don't, and that's the thing is like,
You just kill me.
people just entertain things so much more than I would, because if he would have said that to me, I would have been like, "You ruined it," and just slammed the door and locked it and continued with my night.
No, because me personally, I know that with marriage it's a lot harder, but I would have got all that information, sent it to my lawyer, and killed his ass. The fuck you mean? And now I want the money for my trip. Cause you got it like that. Y'all been working so much, huh? You been working so much, Puka Pook. Give me that money.
Forget this system. I'm just gonna murder him.
Literally. Like, let me get my divorce and then go to jail. Actually, no, you know what? Let me not get my divorce and go to jail. Now she's got an inmate husband. The
Let me
fuck?
just go straight to jail.
Yeah, like, you're not making me sign this
Oh
shit
my
in jail.
God.
No, Puka Pook. You're paying my
So
bail. You're paying my bail. You're paying my
I
bus.
haven't pre-read like any of these. I just
Oh,
went off of the titles. So this one says, "I thought my boyfriend was the love of my life until I discovered he was drugging me at night."
whoa, 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 whoa!
So
No pause, no Diddy?
yeah,
What?
So here we go. All right. Lately,
Wait, hold on.
I've been,
Let me know how the crunching is without the AirPod in. Is it bad?
it's probably going to interfere with my audio, potentially. All right. Lately, I've been waking up still exhausted. Even if I went to bed early, I'd wake up feeling like I haven't slept in days. Trying to get out of bed for work was almost impossible, which was strange for me because I was always a high energy sort of person. A few hours of sleep and I was ready to go. I was at a loss as to what was happening. After a barrage of tests, even my doctor couldn't find anything wrong with me. The only recent change in my life was my boyfriend, who had moved in, and I was sharing a bed for the first time in my life. Stefan was the first love of my life, and this was my first serious relationship. I didn't want to spoil things by making him sleep in the spare room. I liked having Stefan around. He made a real fuss over me and would bring me chamomile tea every night before bed. The pain in my hip was sharp and pulsated up the right side of my body. I jumped from my bed and nearly collapsed to the floor as I struggled to get to the bathroom. Stefan, can you get in here? I cried. A big dark bruise covered my hip as if I was
Oh my
assaulted in
God.
my sleep with a metal bar. What's wrong? Stefan said as
Oh
he
my
came
God.
rushing into the bathroom. Did I fall out of bed or something? Stefan had a weird expression on his face. I could swear he looked guilty about something. Probably, I don't know. His response was dismissive, which sent my brain spiraling with all sorts of thoughts. This is not normal, Stefan. I think there's something wrong with me. You should probably see a doctor then, he said coldly before quickly leaving the bathroom. My doctor was still at a loss and suggested I should see someone who could rule out anything nefarious. Stefan was still dismissive of me as we drove to the hospital. I'm sure it's nothing. You're probably just stressed from work. People don't wake up with bruises over stress, I angrily thought to myself. The doctor at the hospital took my blood and did all sorts of tests on me, including a stress test. I should have been happy when the test came back clear, but it only made me feel like I was losing my mind. Something was definitely wrong with me. I would prescribe you sedatives, but your blood work shows you're already on nitrazepam, explained the doctor. I was dumbstruck and wasn't sure what the doctor was talking about. I have never taken so much as a painkiller in my life. The doctor's face looked how I felt. He took out his charts and looked over them again. No, you definitely tested positive for nitrazepam, which is a powerful sedative. Later that evening, as I sat in bed, a million different thoughts ran through my head. How was that even possible? I thought to myself. As I sat there, Stefan walked in with my chamomile tea, and just as I was about to put it to my lips, I was struck by the most unnerving thought. The realization that my boyfriend was drugging me hit me like a ton of bricks and filled me with a dread I had never felt before. I emptied the contents of the cup down the sink in the bathroom before jumping back into bed. Was it hot enough for you? Asked Stefan as he jumped into bed beside me. Perfect as always. I felt as if I was lying beside a complete stranger. Had I ever really known him? I thought to myself as I lay
I'm
there terrified.
shook. Stop, I'm shook. What? This is
he,
crazy.
he was doing unimaginable things to me while I slept. I must have drifted off at some stage because when I woke up, the room was a mess and Stefan was nowhere to be seen. My body ached all over and I felt like I was in a fight. What the hell was he doing to me in my sleep? I thought. I had made the decision to go to the police, but I needed evidence, or it was just my word against his. I had purchased a hidden camera and set it up in the bedroom, pointing it towards the bed. I woke up exhausted as usual, which unfortunately meant you had done something to me while I slept, but I had it on camera. I opened my laptop to check the footage. For the first couple of hours of sleep, nothing happened. For a moment, I had hoped I was imagining everything, until I watched myself jolt from the bed. At first, I couldn't believe what I was doing. It felt like I was watching a horror movie as I watched myself crawl up the bedroom wall like some possessed
I'm sorry,
demon.
hold on. What? Wait, what? Is she fucking possessed? Do we need to call an exorcism?
I continued to crawl up the wall onto the ceiling, looking down over Stefan like I was ready to pounce on him. Stefan woke, and it was strange watching him because it was like he was prepared for what was happening and didn't seem fazed by it. He took a stick out from under the bed as I pounced from the ceiling above, and he spent the next hour fighting me off.
Is this also your first reaction to this? This is Reddit horror. This is not This is not real. This is not. This can't be real.
I watched as he subdued
I
me
need a
on the
minute
bed
because I'm
before
so lost.
I watched as he subdued me on the bed before pulling out handcuffs and cuffing me to the bed. I looked at the marks on my wrists, which made sense now. As soon as Stephen came home from work, I ran and threw my arms around him. Why didn't you tell me why didn't you tell me what you were going through every night? Stephen shrugged his shoulders. I thought you knew. And usually the drugs I was giving you made you Wait, sorry. I thought you knew, and usually the drugs I was giving you made things a little easier. Why are you even
Fight you, demonic ass!
She said, "Why are you even still with me? My last girlfriend was a jealous psychopath. You're a walk in the park compared to her."
Not you not knowing that this was Reddit no sleep, not Reddit.
No, it literally says horror, but it looked interesting, so I was like, why not?
That's crazy.
Your last girlfriend was a psychopath. You're a walk in the park as he's fighting demons.
That's insane.
That's funny as fuck. Oh my god.
Am I the asshole for wanting some space from my daughter after she believed I was an abuser? Basically, I, 41 male, was accused of sexually assaulting her 16 female friend, 17 female. She'd known her just over a year, and I've known her the same amount of time. She tried to kiss me. I turned her down, and as a result, she accused me of her. It went on for a few weeks, and even went to the police, and it only came out when they were grilling her, and she finally admitted it. She was assaulted, but it was by her mom's boyfriend. She went with accusing me because I was the safe option, or some shit like that. When my daughter found out at the time, and I wasn't being investigated, though, she cut me off. Basically didn't even want to talk to me or see me. I tried to pick her up to come over, but she said she didn't even want to see me. My ex wouldn't even let me in the house. Even she believed it. And her brother, my ex-brother-in-law, physically assaulted me and removed me from the house because I wouldn't go until I seen my daughter. Worst thing was, she blocked me on social media, but before she did, she put a status on social media saying some bollocks like believe women, which fucking hurt. In my daughter's eyes, I was a rapist, and I assaulted her friend. So now it all came out and I'm cleared. She rang me up to say she wants to come over to talk, but I said no. I don't think it's a good idea. It hurt me when she didn't believe me, so I want to just think for a bit until I forgive her. My ex then rang saying how I hurt my daughter because I won't forgive her. She tried to apologize too, and I told her I don't accept her apology either, and that I don't want to talk to her. They're not stopping texting me, though, and my daughter tried to come over and was banging on my door, asking to come in, crying. I pretended I wasn't there. Am I the asshole for wanting some space? Edited to add because people keep on asking, why were you alone with a 17-year-old? I wasn't really alone with her. They were both staying at my house, and I went for a wee in the middle of the night, and she was waiting outside the toilet door and scared me a bit coming out. I laughed it off, and she basically lunged trying to kiss me. I laughed it off, told her no, and went back to bed. I really didn't pay any more attention. And truth be told, forgot about it. Update, I messaged her saying basically I'm still too hurt to want to talk. I need time and space, and I'll let her know when I want to get in touch. I also said I still love her despite not really being sure. I should say that when I'm not sure if I can forgive yet. I've also messaged my ex saying to make sure she or my daughter don't contact me again until I'm ready. Not heard anything back yet, but hopefully I won't. Someone on here, can't remember who, said I should look into a holiday, which really isn't a bad idea. So I'm currently looking into places so I can go for a week or so. I can kind of understand both sides, you know what I mean? Like, I understand his hurt because it's like, I'm your dad. Like, you should know that I'm not that type of person. But, like, also from the daughter side is like, you want to believe the person. You want to believe the victim. You know what I mean? So it's like if they're saying that this happened and this is your friend and you want to believe them, like this is someone you're cool with, you're going to believe them because they're a victim. So it's like, yeah. But also, I can understand it from him because he's like, I'm your fucking dad. Like, you know I don't do that shit. I wouldn't say he's the asshole because, like, I
The
would
only
feel.
thing that would make the only thing that would make me question him is I would be like, why would you think that my 16-year-old friend basically assaulting you in the bathroom was like no big deal and you forgot about it and didn't think to tell anyone that happened?
Yeah. I guess it just depends. Like, maybe it was like he forgot because he was like half a fucking sleep going piss. Like, you can't tell me
I
you
don't
have.
know. I don't feel like you would forget that. If I'm a grown person, let's say Zeke or L, well, Zeke because it would have to be a boy, or L for Malik. we're going to the bathroom. And I'll even speak from Lake on this because I know that he, as soon as that would happen, he would come into the room and be like, you are not gonna fucking believe what else friend just tried to
Yeah.
fucking do to me. And same with me. I would go straight to Malik and be like, that little boy, call his parents because that's fucking weird and he needs to get out of this house
Yeah.
right now. How does that just like slip your mind?
Yeah, because it's like something where it's like, oh fuck. But like
I would not forget that a
I just like
16-year-old tried to
and then
kiss
I go
me.
back to bed. Honestly, it's the last thing on my mind when I'm trying to sleep. But you know, everyone's different. Like some people like really are not awake when they're pissing. You know what I mean? Like some people really just don't remember shit. I have had full on conversations with Mahi and he does not remember.
But he didn't say that he was like half asleep. He just said that he woke up, went to go take a pee, and then she lunged at him and he just laughed it off and went to bed.
Yeah.
How is that something that you just like laugh off and go to bed?
Yeah, I don't know. But
It's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can understand both sides for sure. Because like
No, I can totally understand why he's mad because why would you think that I would do that?
Yeah, for sure. But then I can also understand her side because it's like you wanna be an advocate for a victim.
Yeah, you want to believe the victims.
Right.
But
Which
it's
is
people like that that make it bad for other victims.
Exactly.
Crazy. Again, I have not read this one yet. Am I the asshole for refusing to adopt my sister's baby even though my family says I should? I, 21 female, just finished.
No. Already, you're not the asshole. The fuck?
I don't know. I, 21 female, just finished college and was finally looking forward to
21?
starting my new life. I went to college with a lot of my expenses paid for by scholarships and grants, and I've always been pretty responsible financially. I saved up a lot of money while in school and was able to buy my own small apartment. I just landed a job in my field where I'll be making about $45,000 a year. It's not a ton, but it's enough for me to be independent and comfortable, especially in an entry-level job. My older sister, 27 female, has struggled with heroin addiction for years, and things recently got worse. She was arrested and is now facing a long time in jail, possession with intent to distribute, and an illegal firearms charge while in possession of drugs. The real issue is that she just gave birth a few days ago to a baby girl, my niece, who was born addicted to heroin. The baby is still in the hospital going through withdrawal, and it's absolutely heartbreaking to see. This poor baby is innocent in all of this, and it kills me to think about the rough start she's having. Now my family is pressuring me to adopt the baby. They say that because I'm the most stable one in the family, it's my responsibility to step up. Nobody else has the financial ability to add an extra person, especially a baby, to their home. They keep telling me that I'm the best option because I have my own place, a steady income, and no major responsibilities or kids of my own. Technically, I could do it, but I don't feel ready. I'm only 21, I just finished college, and haven't even started my career yet. I'm terrified of taking on such a huge responsibility, especially for a newborn with special needs. I don't know the first thing about raising a child, let alone one who's been through so much already. I don't even really want kids. I've tried explaining this to my family, but they keep saying that I'm being selfish and that if I don't take her in, she'll end up in the foster care system. My mom even accused me of abandoning my niece, just like my sister did by getting involved with heroin. The worst part is that the baby is being discharged from the hospital in a few days, and the pressure from my family is getting more intense. I'm so close to breaking because I do care about my niece and I don't want her to suffer. But I'm also scared out of my mind that I won't be able to give her the life she deserves. And I'm worried that I'll end up feeling trapped or resentful. I feel like I'm damned if I do and damned if I don't. Edit. I have been told to put this in my post by a person who messaged me here. My family and I are DENE.ICWA applies here. I'm not sure what that means.
D-E.
DENE dot and then ICWA applies here. No idea what that means. I'm sorry I didn't put it in the original post. Update 2. To the people PMing me and messaging me asking, begging, and demanding to adopt my niece, all of you are so predatory and disgusting. You are all horrible people. Leave me the fuck alone. If you're a prospective prospective parent looking to buy somebody else's baby.
That's weird.
So they're like messaging her being like, I'll
Hey,
adopt your
I'll
niece.
take it.
I'll take her. I'll take her. Damn. I don't know. I have such mixed feelings because I understand that it's not her responsibility to take the baby, but I personally could never, like, if that was my sister, I would take the baby. Just because it's a baby. And
But like, you
I
know
would take
damn
the
well,
baby.
if she chooses not to take the baby, her parents will take it. You know that they will.
They won't. She said that, yeah, in the post, she said that they won't. It's going to end up in the foster care system because nobody else has
They're just trying
the
to make her feel
financial
guilty.
stability to add to the house.
I think that's fucked up. I don't know. Because I'm around that age, I don't think that I could do it. I mean, I would, but knowing life right now, and like, let's be real, $45,000 a year is not enough.
No, it's not.
It's not enough in America. It is not enough for any living situation. It's not enough, especially if that child is special needs. It's not going to be enough.
Yeah.
So her making more money than anyone has nothing to do with it at
She
all.
still doesn't make enough.
Exactly. Just like everyone else. And not to add, she's not emotionally mature enough to have a child, let alone a special needs child. And it's like, I understand her because it's like, I didn't make this decision. You made that decision. I did not have a child. I was not addicted to drugs. And then it's like, would be more understandable because it's like, you had my sister. Like, you gave birth to me and my sister. She had a child. That kind of comes with the responsibility more so than it does for me to be her younger sister.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand her point. Very valid. And she doesn't have to choose that. But, like, it also is, like, it's tough because, like, yeah, you love your niece. Yeah, you love your sister. You love your family. And you don't want that baby to be in the foster care system because it's your family. But, like, if you can't do it, you can't do it. And they need to stop guilting her about that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not okay for them to be guilting her, like, oh, you're evil. Like, you're just like your sister. Like, no, she's not. She's being responsible. She's not.
If they're not going to do it, then they
If
can't
she
really
adopts
pressure
that
her.
baby, if she adopts that baby and it's 18 years of her life, not to mention if that is a special needs baby hardcore, like, it needs a lot more help than most, that's going to be the rest of her life. And she hasn't even lived a life. You know what I mean? Like, she's still a baby figuring out life, and she's gonna have that child for the rest of her entire life. Like, it's a burden. It is. And I hate to say that, but it is a burden. It's a financial burden, it's a mental, it's a burden on your mental health. Like, it's a lot. But I don't know, what can you do? Okay. Screenshotted this and I cropped out the title, so I don't know what the title is. I, male 30, lost my younger brother when I was 22. He had cancer and fought very hard. Ever since, I've been donating blood on the anniversary of his death every year. I take the day off from work, visit his grave, donate blood, and then come home, relax, watch his favorite movie. I know it's a simple personal tradition, but it means a lot. My girlfriend of 9 months, Anna, female 31, asked if I could meet her and her mom. I have met her many times before this, and this wasn't a meet the parents for the first time situation. For lunch yesterday, I told her no and explained again about what I do on my brother's death anniversary. She got upset and said, well, it's my tradition to have lunch with my mom every time she comes into town. And she really wanted to see you. So you can do your stupid blood donation. I explained to her that this is not just about the blood donation. Later in the evening, while I was resting and watching my brother's favorite movie, she texted me asking me again to join them. I reiterated that I really didn't want to and would hang out with her mom next time. She replied that I had embarrassed her in front of her mom with my selfishness and laziness. Since then, she's been so distant. Do I owe her an apology? Update. I just texted her that we needed to talk. She never replied. She blocked me from everywhere, social media, WhatsApp, and her best friend who was following me on Instagram blocked me too. I'm not sad. I wanted to end it anyway. Thank you for your support, everyone. I really appreciate your kind comments. Some users suggested that my brother's remembrance tradition saved me from getting serious with her, and a lifetime of misery, and it made me smile. Thank you again.
No, dead ass though on that,
I'm sorry,
because if
but
she
you
can't
can do your
even
stupid
understand that simple
one day.
thing, she can't even be empathetic about that one thing, she'll
It's
never be
it's
empathetic about anything going forward.
one day out of 365 days. One day out of 365 days.
No, I would never look at someone and be like, oh my God, I can't believe your stupid tradition with your
Oh,
dead
and
brother.
she
Like,
really
that's
called it,
insane.
you can do your stupid blood donation tradition any day. No, you can't. You can fucking meet up with your mom any day, you dumb whore. Like, what? That's so stupid. And, like, for the fact of, like, your mom is alive and you get to see her whenever you want. Like, this is my brother's day. This is his fucking day.
She is
I was so
crazy.
surprised when I saw it. I was like, that is so.
That is honestly crazy. And they are right. He dodged a bullet with that.
Mm-hmm.
So this one
Ugh.
says,
Changing because my legs hurt.
am I the asshole for letting you know I am divorcing you by sending you a thread on the website that you use to ignore me? Hey, Stefan, maybe you will finally listen. And
Why
if
is
you're
it all
wondering,
Stefan?
literally.
The last one was Stefan, so I was like, wait.
And if you're wondering if you can just speed home and stop me from doing this and leaving, it's too late. I'm sending you this after I've already loaded everything in the car and left. Don't worry, I spoke with our landlords and took my name off the lease. I've set up a direct deposit for the next month's rent. After that, you're on your own, buddy. I guess you're wondering
Buddy.
why. I'm guessing you'll act like you're completely blindsided, right? Because you've done absolutely nothing wrong and you're a great husband and father to be, aren't you? Well, buddy, she's killing me. She's killing me. Let me break it down for you in a language you understand.
Hold up, I need to sit up because she's eating already with that buddy. She said, buddy?
And I'm assuming it's gonna like correlate to the story later because she has it in parentheses. So I'm sure it's like directed at something that he's probably said to her or she's like encountered. All right. I, 29 female, have been married to my husband, 35 male, for 5 years, and we've been together for nearly 10. On paper, everything seemed fine, but in reality,
Wait. Say that.
29 female, 35 male. They've been together for they've been married for 5 years, so that would bring her down to 24. And we've been together
for 10.
for nearly 10, so that would make her underage.
And him 25.
That would make her underage. Okay. Continuing. Everything seemed fine, but in reality, our marriage has been anything but. I've reached my breaking point and I need to know if I'm the one in the wrong here. From the beginning, my mother-in-law has been a nightmare. She made everything about her from day one. At our wedding, she wore white, claiming it was a family tradition.
Oh, fuck no. I already hate this story. I hate mom-in-laws like that. Like, what are you doing?
And it wasn't. She constantly criticizes me for my cooking to my appearance. I'll never forget the time she called me fat at a family gathering in front of everyone. And what did my husband do? Nothing. Not a single word to defend me. It didn't stop there. She has accidentally destroyed my belongings, including my grandmother's necklace, which she threw out because it looked like cheap costume jewelry. She's gone out of her way to make me feel small and unwelcome in my own home. But every time I tried to talk to my husband about it, he brushed it off, saying I was overreacting or being too emotional. And then there's my husband. He's always on Reddit, constantly giving strangers relationship advice, which is laughable considering how he treats me. He spends more time rating women's boobs on Reddit than talking to me.
Rating boobs is crazy. On Reddit? Not like Twitter or Instagram, Reddit?
Literally. And just so you know, the last pair he rated were a 4 out of 10. Oh, wait. And just so you know, the last pair he rated weren't a 4 out of 10. They were a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
The way I would crash out. The way my eye would twitch.
No, for real. No, because
Okay.
no. She said 10 things, and the first one should have been I'm done. Like all of
Yeah.
these things are I'm leaving you worthy. Not like I'm just gonna get over it. We'll move on. No, these are like leave
Mm-mm.
and get
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah, he's got plenty of time to do that, but can't be bothered to remember anything about my life. He'll forget my birthday, our anniversary, or even simple things like what I'm working on or what's important to me. Babe, he don't give a fuck about you.
At all.
Truly.
You know what?
He has
He's a
hmm,
mask. She's her mask.
but he has a perfect memory for his work schedule and things that matter to him. When we fight, he becomes incredibly hostile and always throws in a sarcastic buddy at the end of his sentences,
Uh-huh.
like I'm some
I could just
acquaintance he can
imagine that.
barely.
Stop. I could just imagine. Yeah, buddy. Like an old middle-aged white man just trying to get his point across to his wife.
Like
Fucking
I'm
weirdo.
some acquaintance he can barely tolerate. And he never cleans. The house, the dishes, laundry, you name it. It's all on me. It's like he thinks being an adult is optional, as long as he gets his job and his Reddit account. The final straw came a few weeks ago. I'm 5 months pregnant with our first child, a daughter. My mother-in-law started making comments about how she'll have to whip the girl into shape and how she'll raise her to be tough because I'm too soft. When I told my husband that I didn't want his mother to have too much influence on our daughter, especially with the way she treats me, he just laughed it off, saying his mother means well and that I was overthinking it. But the moment that truly broke me was when we were talking about future childcare and my husband suggested that his mother should watch our daughter while we work. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, especially considering how his mother treats me, and he snapped. He called me paranoid and said I should get over it because his mother was going to be a big part of our daughter's life, whether I
I
liked it or not. This is the same woman who believes corporal punishment is okay. I've seen her hit my husband's nephew for the smallest things, and no one does anything about it. It's like they're all living in some kind of cult, and I'm finally waking up to the reality of what's going on. If he wouldn't stand up for me, how could I expect him to stand up for our child? I started to fear
have
for what kind of environment our daughter would grow up in, a place where she might be belittled or bullied by her own grandmother, with a father who wouldn't do anything to stop it. Oh, and did I mention that he missed our first ultrasound? His mother needed him to help her with something urgent. It turned out to be fixing her Wi-Fi.
this reminds me of a Reddit story. This part reminds me of a Reddit story. The mom was living with them and she left stuff all over the floor and she was like so mean to the wife and the wife tripped and fell and she literally started miscarrying and the mom of the guy was like, oh my god, I'm so traumatized, I can't go through this, I need you, we need to leave. And he left with her and left his fucking bleeding out wife in the bathroom.
Some men really just need the electric chair sometimes. Anyway, he chose that over seeing our daughter for the first time. That told me everything I needed to know about where I stand in his life. So I packed up and left. I'm done living like this. Oh, and in case you're wondering, I've already contacted a lawyer. You can't scare me into complying anymore because I have all those texts. You know exactly which ones I'm talking about. Ooh. So, Stefan, I wish you.
Oh, Roro
I
Ruggy.
literally. I wish you all the best in your future marriage with your mother and the women of Reddit whose boobs you don't even deserve.
Said you don't even deserve the Reddit titties.
Oh, fuck. Am I the asshole for leaving my husband after he neglected me for years, let his mother mistreat me, and made me fear for our future daughter's safety?
Fuck no. And I hope he doesn't get to sign that birth certificate. I hope he never gets to spend time around that child. Because that mom in law is gonna taint that child.
She
She's gonna.
said, tiny update. Stefan has seen this post. He is mad that apparently one of you found him based on the rate my boobs thing. He has deleted his account.
Stop! Stop slut! Reddit. I'm so weak.
Oh, fuck. He has
Wait,
deleted his account For any purposes, I want to clarify that I left out any actual incriminating information that could lead to doxing him. Any and all people who are pretending to know me or have any incriminating information about me are lying. I am not from South Carolina. I am not moving in with any other guy, and I am also not sleeping around. That's crazy.
That's so funny. She said, buddy, the fuck.
That is crazy.
I have two that are very short, so I'm just gonna say them back to back because they're like really, really short. My girlfriend is on Tinder while I'm at the ICU for my father. What do I do? My dad is in the ICU for pneumonia and influenza. He's my only parent and has raised me my entire life. I told my girlfriend I won't be replying that much because I have a family emergency. I told her my dad, so she knows. I haven't been messaging her for the entire day because I'm dealing with my father and I completely shut down. I've already lost my brother and I can't imagine losing my dad. I messaged my girlfriend. After I messaged my girlfriend, she sends me a screenshot of her talking to a guy on Tinder who makes kind of inappropriate comments. She told me to focus on my dad and not her at the moment. I'm just in complete shock because she's really doing all that while everything that's going on with me. She knows my dad is the ICU and so on. After she starts telling me she doesn't think it'll be good to be with one person forever and she should explore. I told her to delete Tinder, but she's telling me she won't delete it for now. We've been together for over 3 years, and I feel so overwhelmed and sick to my stomach. Any advice on what I should do would be really appreciated. Boy, leave. She's like, oh, by the way, your dad's possibly gonna die. I'm gonna send you pictures of this hot Tinder guy sending me sexual messages. Isn't that so weird? And very narcissistic, might I?
Like, why though? Like, just why?
She wasn't giving her
Sometimes,
attention. Like, that's so weird to me. You're weird.
sometimes I listen to these stories and I'm just like, why?
We need to make a Reddit story about that one bitch. Because I'm telling you, we get like 50,000 likes. And then we can read.
We have so many quality Reddit stories that we could make about one.
No, because we can just post all those screenshots as an update. You still have them? I actually want to reread through them. I want to read.
Yes, I have them all.
I want to reread them. Because I didn't actually get to look through most. Anyway, the next one, also this is even shorter, but I'm just gonna, it's still crazy to me. I'm pregnant and caught him. I, 31 female, and my 33 male is my partner. For the last 3 months, I have felt something's off. During this time, we also tried for a baby. He wanted to as well. We got pregnant, and I'm 15 weeks pregnant now. Yesterday, I found thousands of dollars of OnlyFans purchases on his credit card statement. He said that he had deleted it before I found out, but that he is sorry and wants a future with me. All the regular stuff people say when being caught cheating. I know that 90% of people will say leave, but I just want to hear it from some people who have been able to get past infidelity. I'm sorry, but thousands of dollars on OnlyFans is actually insane. I need to find this and see if there's an update, because thousands of dollars, like 3 zeros.
It's like going to a strip club. Why? And I never heard somebody say it like this before. The fact that you are going to a strip club and spending our money that we both work for to provide for our family, and you're spending that money to see someone's tits,
and it's not mine when you could just be paying me.
Like, nope. Nope. That's crazy. I'm gonna read mine while you look for the update, because this one's pretty short.
Okay.
I, 27 female, came home from a night shift to our front door wide open. 26 male husbands sleeping in our bed with the cartoons on, and our 2-year-old nowhere to be found. Panicked, I called for her inside, then checked our neighbors across the street, as she really likes playing in their backyard. I found her half naked because she peed herself. She's fully potty trained and on our neighbor's deck. They weren't home. To get a visual, their backyard is right before a steep valley. Our neighborhood is mainly friendly, but in the last week, we have had people stealing change and debit cards out of vehicles. Meth heads from one street over came to my door and threatened me because someone was yelling his girlfriend's name in our yard. I don't know them by their names, so I'm thinking they were hearing things or something. So I've been adamant about locking the doors and staying away from that street. I stormed back into the house, woke him up, and said I found our fucking daughter half naked and in our neighbor's backyard. He came out and said, well, did you punish her for it? To which I said, what about the parent that was supposed to be watching her? He said, I know for a fact you've put on the TV and fallen asleep in the morning with her. I said, that's beside the point right now. I'm a light sleeper. All I'm asking is for you to take some accountability on this. He got upset, gave our daughter a talking to, spanked her, and put her in a timeout. I didn't talk the rest of the morning, got our daughter breakfast and ready to take her to daycare so I could get some sleep. He was visibly mad at me, only said goodbye to our daughter, and then he went to leave. I asked him how he was getting to work as his truck wasn't in the driveway. He said, obviously my fucking truck. And I said, oh, well, where is it? It's in the fucking garage, he said, and he slammed the door. I was surprisingly calm with how sleep deprived I am. I haven't heard from him since, and it's been 4 hours. I work a night shift again tonight, or else I think I would be going to stay elsewhere. The last text I sent him was last night apologizing for being grumpy because I was rushed and he made me late for work because he ran late golfing at men's night. Am I overreacting to this situation? I'm internally really pissed
Oh,
off and don't know what to think. I don't feel like I have a voice because he is the type of person that is just always right. First of all, spanking the child and putting them in timeout for the fact that you
you weren't doing your
fucking
job.
fell asleep and weren't watching them and let them wander off half naked into the neighbor's yard.
The way I would show
The way I would have beat the shit out of Malik. Don't touch my fucking kid. Don't
yeah,
touch my kid.
heavy on that. And then
Especially when
also
it's
the fact
your
of like,
fault.
and then also the fact that he's like, oh, you put on the TV and went to sleep. Yeah, but she has never left the fucking house. She's never left that fucking TV with me there because guess what? I'm still watching as I'm napping.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still able to keep and guide my child and be a guardian
Mm-hmm.
for her as I'm sleeping because guess what? I can wake up because I hear that she's walking away. And not only that, you're in a whole separate fucking room, you idiot.
Mm-hmm.
How did you not hear it? I don't understand. But okay.
Literally, the bar for men is in hell.
Yeah. Men suck. Men fucking suck. This
I
one's
don't even understand.
this one's really
Genuinely.
this one's really short and it's actually kind of yeah, that one just pissed me off. I kind of want to move on. How do I tell my client she had a dirty bum?
What?
My client has constantly come to, she's an esthetician, so she does Brazilian waxes.
Okay.
My client
Oh
has
God, coming to
constantly
get your cooter waxed and it having dingleberries in your... Okay.
my client has constantly come into her Brazilian with poop smeared across her bum cheeks. Before her service, I always offer her the washroom and leave wipes in the room with the specific instructions to wipe. But it seems she makes no effort to clean herself. She has been a great client and I don't want to lose her business. But it's becoming a literal biohazard. Grown ass woman.
No,
Okay,
because
but
I'm
like I
sorry,
would
she's better than
understand
me. She's
I would
better than me
understand
because
maybe
I would
butt,
immediately...
but like on your butt cheeks, how do you even get shit on your ass cheeks, girl? No. No.
She's so much better than me because I would immediately be like, go wash your ass. Seriously. Like,
Literally.
I can't do this. I've tried to be nice about this. I've tried to, leave hints, but like literally you need to get off this table and get in that bathroom and go wash your ass.
Yeah, like
Otherwise you need to leave.
because that's
You need
dangerous.
to leave.
Dangerous as fuck, might I add. I don't know.
Ew, this was disgusting. And you're grown. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This
Literally, I just
one,
can't. Dirty ass booty. And you're going to get a Brazilian, like, girl. The first thing I would do is shower.
your priorities are very much out of whack.
But, like, how is it just everywhere? Like, okay, and then you're not even wiping. I don't get it, because you have to be not wiping. Because she said shit smeared on her ass, not just dingleberries. Shit smeared. Like, what? How does that happen?
So I have a recent one. This one, I have not read it. I just saved it because of the title, and we'll go through this together. But it says ongoing. So I'm assuming that at one point there may be update. They say that they are not the OP. The title is I Hate My Daughter. Okay. I know this will make me seem bad and all, but above all, I really just need a place to vent. I can't talk about it with my friends or family, nor do I really want to. I'm 27 and I have had a FWB situation. An
Friends with benefits.
FW, huh?
Friends with benefits.
Got it. Friends with benefits situation with a guy I went to college with. Let's call him Mark. We were both young and not ready for a relationship. Then I got pregnant. I told Mark about it since I wanted to discuss our options: abortion, adoption, or even giving him custody if he wanted to. I never wanted kids, so I'd be fine with any compromise. However, Mark didn't take it well. I remember him insisting we could make it work, especially since we were both in our last year of college. He wanted to get married and for us to be a family. I refused. He got his family involved. They called and texted me all the time, even showing up at my part-time job. I know I have no one to blame but myself, but I gave up. I had too many things going on at the time, like the loss of my mother, the stress with the rest of the family, and
And you're also
some stuff going on with my best friend that I won't get into. I remember feeling horrible, but I relented and agreed to keep the baby, although I still refused to get married to Mark. Now we have a 5-year-old daughter together. I'm a mess. I never wanted kids, and although I'm trying, I can't feel any motherly love for her. What makes it worse is that she's genuinely a good kid. She doesn't throw much tantrums, she's always kind, and she doesn't expect much. I feel guilty for hating her. I feel bad all the time. I only get to have her on the weekends, and Mark has her every other day, but that doesn't make me feel better. She talks about wanting to see me and her dad together, but I just can't. I screamed at her once when she drew a little picture of me and Mark holding hands. I apologized after, but I felt so guilty. I don't know what I'm doing. I just needed to write everything down and get it off my chest. I know I'm a bad mother, I know it, but I don't know how to be better. I don't even know if I want to be better. I just want to give up my parental rights, but even the thought makes me feel even worse. I'm stuck in a hell of my own making. I know I should have fought harder and probably just aborted her. Damn me for being weak, I guess. There's also an update. That
crazy.
is crazy. I could never. Oh my God. I mean, at least she feels bad. Like, I mean,
Yeah, like
like
you have to feel something.
at least she has like the understanding of like she feels bad about feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Some
I'm
things
a
have.
little weird. I mean, not
Ooh,
weird. Like I get it, but I couldn't be around a kid that I know is mine and not love it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I don't know.
Like I feel like
Some
even if I were
things,
forced into it, I love my kid.
yeah.
I don't know.
Some things have happened and I need to write them down. Maybe even get some insight. I'll call my daughter I'll call my daughter Abby for the sake of this post. I ended up telling Mark about my desire to change the custody arrangement and maybe even removing my parental rights. Many people here agreed that it's the best choice, both for me and for Abby. He didn't take it well and actually texted me about it, though, through the week. He insisted we could work out whatever was bothering me. We agreed a while ago that texting is okay, but calls are for emergencies only. So when he called me on Friday evening and pleaded with me to come see Abby, I agreed. This is what I really need to talk about. I've seen Abby cry before, but this was something else. She had a complete meltdown, screaming and crying once I got there. She just clung to my leg and screamed at me not to leave her. Why did I want to leave her? What did she do wrong? I cried. I was honestly horrified with how badly she reacted. Mark's mom ended up telling Abby that I was planning on leaving her and she's not going to go to my house this weekend. I had to take Abby to my place sooner than expected, and Mark actually spent the night over as well. He said he's too concerned with Abby and with me to leave us alone. I'm completely lost. Even with the way I said that I want to give up my parental rights, I just can't do it now. The image of Abby crying and pleading with me not to leave is just stuck in my mind. I feel
So you
hopeless
love
about the entire. Yeah,
like she loves her.
she
Just
feels something for the child.
probably resentment. Yeah, she feels something. She has to. She wouldn't
Because
feel
if you
good
didn't,
if she didn't.
yeah, if you didn't care at all, you'd just be like, fuck this kid, I don't give a shit.
Literally, like most dads.
Literally. I feel hopeless about the entire situation. Currently, I'm laying with Abby on the couch and she's watching TV. She hasn't really left my side since yesterday. I'm used to her pointing at the TV while talking about her favorite characters of whatever cartoon was on. Right now, she's just laying by my side and staying quiet. I can hear Mark moving around in the kitchen. He called in sick to work and said he's staying here for the weekend. I have no idea what to do, and I'm sorry, but I no longer want to leave Abby. That's not an option anymore.
See, it's just like situations like these where it's like I understand you, but I would never be in this situation.
Why the fuck would the mom tell the little girl though? Like, why would she do that?
Mother-in-laws are evil.
Like,
Like
why would you do that?
weird.
That is not something that you just bring up in casual conversation with a
To a child.
5-year-old.
Yeah, to a child.
Literally. Oh, by the way, did you know that your mommy wants to leave you forever and never come back, and she actually hates your fucking
Is
guts?
he wishes you were never born, by the way?
Like, what?
I'm sorry? What?
Literally. Like,
Weird shit.
what is wrong with you? What
Some
the
weird
fuck is
shit.
wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
That is so hard. I could never imagine like hating my kid. I don't
No,
know.
because the way I love my nieces and nephews so strong, I couldn't imagine how much I would love my own child, regardless of if I didn't want it in that time or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I'm sure as a mom, you're like, girl, what the fuck is you on about? Because, you know, like, you had kids pretty early, and like, I'm sure it was hard and you didn't want them at the time. Not didn't want them at the time, but you didn't want to have kids when you did. But like, you still love them more than fucking anything.
Yeah,
It's just a weird thing to hate your child, I guess. Unless
yeah,
they're like an actual psychopath. But even then, you still love your kid.
I guess just it's something that I can't fathom because I can't relate on. Like, I've never had those feelings, so I wouldn't be able to relate. I'm sure other people feel that way. That's why there's kids that are messed up all over the world because their parents hate them, they resent them, they take it out on them, whatever. But I genuinely just could never imagine feeling that way. I wouldn't even know. Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine feeling that way about
Yeah.
I
Weird.
I do think though that in some way, even though she felt that way, clearly the child never felt that she felt that way.
Right.
If the
Yeah,
child was
she was always asking to be with her mom more.
yeah.
So like, you can't fake loving a child if you hate a child. I don't think that she actually hates her.
I don't think so. I think she probably just genuinely gets overwhelmed with parenthood, which I can fully relate with because I get very overwhelmed and have days where I'm like, oh my God, fuck these kids.
Am I the asshole for the way I responded when my friend confessed her feelings to me? For context, I, 27 male, have a really good friend, 30 female. I've known her for 4 years now. She's the best. She's the most down-to-earth person I know, and she just gets me. I'll admit there was an initial attraction there, but our values and family dynamics didn't align, so I never went there, and we have always just been friends. I have a soft spot for her, for sure. Now, my girlfriend, Kim.
Huh? Sorry. Repeat I disassociated for a minute.
I
Oh
know,
my God.
because I said it
Sorry.
and you didn't give a reaction.
Sorry.
I'll just restart. For context, I, 27 male, have a really good friend, 30 female. I've known her for 4 years now. She's the best. She's the most down-to-earth person I know, and she just gets me. I'll admit there was an initial attraction there, but our values and family dynamics didn't align, so I never went there, and we have always been just friends. I have a soft spot for her for sure. I'll admit there was an initial, I just repeated exactly what I just said. I can't read. Sorry, I gotta zoom in. Now, my girlfriend have been on and off for 3 years. Recently, very happy and doing well the last year. She went through my phone and felt my friend's friendship were too deep. And as a result, I created some boundaries and distanced myself. No hanging out alone, etc. So recently, my friend did confess a level of attraction or romance interest in me. I shut it down and let her know I'm in a happy relationship and if we can still be friends because I don't want to lose her. Last night she texted me, I know that it's complicated and you don't want to screw things up, but can you just for once validate me and say that I'm special to you and that you feel the connection and you think I'm beautiful and then I'll never ask. Unless, of course, you don't feel that way. I replied, yes, you are special and I feel the connection. You are a very beautiful person inside and out. But I see us as just friends. After that, we just started talking about something else. My girlfriend saw this and is pissed at me. She said I validated her and it's clear that I have feelings for her. If only I saw her in a platonic way, I would have just responded with, I have a girlfriend and we need to end our friendship. The thing is that I was just trying to make sure my friend understood that she shouldn't have to ask that. Of course, she's amazing. And I do feel like the universe connected us in a way that just not romantically or a way that could work as romantic partners. My girlfriend feels like I'm an asshole and that I'm lying about myself and my feelings for my friend. I think I was just being a good friend. So am I the asshole?
Yeah, you're the asshole, motherfucker. Like,
No,
what?
because I read it and I was like, oh my god, wait, I read it. Is that why it's called Reddit?
Maybe.
Wait, but no, that's actually insane.
If I looked at that message and saw that she was basically like thirsting for a compliment and thirsting for attention and validation of his feelings towards her, and that he validated them, pack up your shit and leave right now.
No, like you literally told her she's beautiful, you feel a connection.
Yeah.
And you
Pack
admit
up
that you
your shit.
had a past with her. You're weird as fuck. And then I'm reading the comments. Keeping that friendship alive is like a safety net. It's shady. If you really cared about your girlfriend, you wouldn't be keeping the door open for someone else. Get your priorities straight.
That's literally what I was gonna say.
He said, we're moving in together in May and have been discussing marriage. I'd never keep my friend on the hook because I would not date her. We would not work and I'd rather keep her in my life platonically. She has kids. I don't want kids. She's traditional. I'm not. I could never give her what she wants. However, that doesn't mean I don't think the world. But the thing is, you know that she has feelings for you. And that is a boundary that has been crossed in that friendship, regardless of if you feel that way or not, which clearly you do. But she likes you. She likes you.
Mm-hmm.
And she told you that she likes you. She begged you for validation. You gave her that validation. That is a boundary. Your girlfriend needs to fucking leave.
And I fully agree that he's leaving the door open.
He's defending himself in the comments. How am I stringing her along when I've let her know we'll never be anything but great friends? But you literally just told her how beautiful and amazing she is and how you feel a connection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man,
To be completely honest, I think it would physically hurt to lose her as a friend, but she isn't a maybe or situationship. She's a never. I never.
So then why would you give a fuck about... No. You're a liar. You're a dirty little liar.
Liar. What I'm struggling
anyway,
with... Wait, stop. What I'm struggling with is that she didn't really make me uncomfortable. She always kind of talks like this in a weird, whimsical way. I don't really want to take a friendship break. I will apologize to my girlfriend, but I don't think the situation is that big of a deal. She always talks like that is crazy, which means that you've known that she's been flirting with you for forever. You're a sick fuck, and you don't deserve your girlfriend.
Literally.
I hope your girlfriend... Yeah, no, that's insane. I was like, what do you mean you feel a connection and she's very beautiful and very smart? Like, what? You're weird.
You're killing me.
I haven't gotten no sleep. LOL.
But anyway, guys, that's the episode, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
I'll see you next Tuesday, bitches. Bye.
Later.
So I'm going to talk about this on the podcast, but you know what really pisses me off is when you order a fucking pizza. And so, like, I ordered a pizza through Pizza Hut on their website. They transferred it to DoorDash, right? Okay. Just so that way I don't forget about this, they just called me asking me to complete a survey. Fuck you, you raggedy bitch. Anyway, back to where I was in the story. I get a pizza box and a 2-liter pop. Guess what doesn't arrive with the order? The fucking pop. So I message the DoorDash guy and I'm like, did they give you a pop? You just ran away with it? He goes, no, the lady checked the receipt twice and said there was no pop with the order. Well, sir, I'm currently looking at the receipt and it's right at the top. So what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, oh, I think it was some new chick behind the counter, you know, but I hope your night's good regardless. I'm like, totally not your fault. I get it. But fuck the bitch at Pizza Hut because it was definitely at the top of the damn receipt. Clearly she can't read. So now I'm like, well, what the fuck am I going to do? I go to DoorDash and I'm like, gotta dispute this. Gotta get my $4 back for my Dr. Pepper, my Diet Dr. Kelp. Like literally that's how I felt in the moment because I cannot eat pizza without Dr. Pepper. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I can't have pizza without pop. I just can't. So in that moment, when it didn't show up, I literally had a SpongeBob moment. I was like, where is it? My Diet Dr. Kelp. I can't eat pizza without my Diet Dr. Kelp. Anyway, so I reach out to the DoorDash people. I'm like, hey, this is my order number. I need my Dr. Pepper. Where is it? She's like, let me get you with a live agent this moment. And I'm like, perfect, beautiful, love the customer service. With the live agent. And I'm like, they forgot my Dr. Pepper. I would just like to be fully refunded for the Dr. Pepper. Don't worry, because guess what? I called Malik, he's on it. He's picking up some Dr. Pepper. We're all good. He goes, I am so sorry about this inconvenience. I will get someone on this ASAP. I will get it on ASAP for you. By the way, save all these audios because I might just play the audios for the podcast because I don't think I can recreate this kind of energy again because I'm livid. I'm pissed, okay? I just got interrupted by a child. Oh, we're getting interrupted again. Okay, so back to the story. So she's like, sorry about the inconvenience. I'll get someone on this immediately. Perfect. Thank you. Get me my Dr. Pepper. I am waiting. Waiting for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. She disconnected the fucking chat. She disconnected the fucking chat. That and cherry on top of it, her name was Karen. That raggedy ass bitch. All right, so she fucking dropped my chat. So then I get the notification, would you like to reach out to customer support again? Are you satisfied? No, I'm not fucking satisfied. Reach out to customer support. Reach out to customer support again. It won't let me click the button. It won't let me click the button. The only button that it will allow me to click is to close the motherfucking chat. So at the end of it all, I'm not getting my $4 back. And that actually kind of pisses me off because it wouldn't used to piss me off. I wouldn't used to care. One, because pops used to be like $1. When they started becoming $4, I don't fucking know. But I'm a little tight about $4. I'm a little tight about $4. And I'm a little tight about the fact that I can't eat the fucking pizza now until Malik gets here with the Dr. Pepper. It is almost 8 o'clock at night, and I haven't even been able to eat the pizza because I need the Dr. Pepper. I know that it doesn't seem like it's that serious of an issue, but it is for me. I don't know if it's my autism, my ADHD, my OCD. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's all undiagnosed, but I need the goddamn Dr. Pepper. I need it. I cannot, literally, physically cannot bite into a piece of pizza without getting a sip of Dr. Pepper right after. So, the end of the rant is I'm fucking pissed and hungry. And pissed and hungry is not a good combo. But literally, but twice. Because as soon as I found out it was a fucking survey, I hung up on their bitch asses. How the fuck are you going to send me? Because when it said, you know, end the chat or whatever, I ended the chat and then they wanted me to rate how my customer service experience was. Bitch, it was horrible. So I put the lowest it could go, and I put, actually, you never fucking solved my issue in the comments. They had the nerve to call me and ask me to fill out a survey. Bitch, did you not hear what I said the first time? Did you not hear what I said the first time? You fucking suck. So I instantly hung up, and they called back again. You've been sent to voicemail. Stop fucking calling me. I will block your number. I'll report you to corporate. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Don't call me anymore. And I'm about to delete my DoorDash app because that just pissed me clean the fuck off. Pissed me clean the fuck off. How you gonna end the chat on me? Sucks bitch.